I was thinking about how one of the greatest life skills that you can work on is not being so self-conscious and not worrying too much what other people think about you. And you can probably tell from the fact that earlier in this episode, I was wearing loungewear sweatpants on my head. This is like a, minor Handmaid's
that's like
Tale.
when you're about to go to bed.
Right. Yeah. So I did my impromptu Handmaid's Tale outfit, which involved me putting sweatpants on my head. You know what gave me training? Here we're back with the weed eater. Excellent. You know what gave me training for this, and I got a lot of training in this, is I moved around a lot when I was a kid. I think I lived in 13 or 15 places before high school, and I'm an only child, so I never had siblings to help me meet anyone, and I was always super weird, and I just never fit in. I never made friends easily. I was never part of the cool kids. In fact, I sort of usually just did not have friends. But I had imaginary friends, and I feel like that I had a squad. It was my imaginary
squadron.
Imaginary squadron. And keep in mind, this was also before the internet. So, I couldn't even waste time on TikTok. It was sad. But one of the things is I faced so much rejection, like pretty much every day of my life until, I don't know, maybe after college. You do get used to it. It's like a sport. You really do get used to it. And if you're someone who just hasn't had a lot of experience with that, of people judging you, of people looking at you and being like, you don't measure up, you don't make the cut, we don't want to be friends with you, we don't want you in our place, we don't want you, want you, you're not good enough. Right. If you haven't had experience with that, I truly recommend that you put yourselves in situations like maybe wander around your grocery store parking lot for the better part of an hour. I truly recommend that you occasionally put yourself in situations where you might be rejected or you might look foolish to people. And I don't care if you are 20 or 70 listening to this episode. I don't care. No matter what your age. And actually, in fact, if you are over 40, I'm specifically talking to you. Because a lot of times as people go on in life, they get more protective of their ego. They get more rigid in their ways. And that's really not healthy for any of us, because no matter what you're meant to do in life, and we all have a mission. Again, whether you're 80 or whether you're 20, all of us have a mission. All of us have some purpose, some way that we're supposed to add light and love to the world. You won't really be able to follow it if you're not willing to look dumb. Because no matter what it is, whether it's something big like you're meant to be a public speaker, or whether it's something small like you're meant to just arrange flowers and share them with your neighbors, it does involve putting yourself out there. And anytime you put yourself out there, some people aren't going to like it. Some people are going to find it to be weird. Like let's say you're just collecting flowers and bringing them to your neighbors. You know what? I know, I don't think I ever told you this, Shady. I know one of our neighbors did this. They were new in the neighborhood, and they took bottles of wine and some flowers and like some baked goods and brought them to the neighbors. And they said that some people were kind of like, what are you doing on my property? You got about 5 seconds before the dogs come out. Like, I don't know what your game is, but like, I don't want you on my front porch. And they're like bringing wine and flowers and baked goods. So no matter how innocent and small your mission is, you will face rejection. And if you are terrified of looking like a fool, then you're not going to seek out your mission. This reminds me of, okay, this is so hot.
I was gonna say it's big.
I would love to wear sweatpants on my head for longer, but it's getting hot, and I'm shouting again because I can't hear.
She's doing this for you.
Right, it's all for you. This reminds me of something that is really worth looking up on Instagram. Is Sarah Blakely. She is the world's youngest female self-made billionaire. And well worth it. She's the founder of Spanx, that keeps everything together.
I love that.
Down there. And I never. Sometimes you see people, as an aside. Sometimes you see people who are like, "Well, I didn't like these Spanx because they were too tight." Like, what do
They're supposed to be.
Internal organ damage is how you know it's working.
It's not working right.
Right.
You can still breathe. Wrong.
If I'm not passing out, then I'm not getting my money's worth. So people,
I agree,
don't understand this. So Sarah Blakely just reposted this. This is something she did a while back. I'm guessing she was probably like 42 or so when she did this. So when she first got on Instagram, she went around and asked people if they would follow her on Instagram. She went around and did randos at the airport. She was at LAX, and she was like, hey, I'm Sarah. I'm new to Instagram. Will you follow me? And a lot of them, you can see in this video, a lot of them were like,
what are you doing?
Yeah, and again, like, this isn't some 18-year-old on TikTok. Like, she has 4 kids. She's a billionaire. This is a billionaire. See, I would have led with that.
So I'm a billionaire.
Right. I would have been like, I own you. I could own you. Like, I'm gonna buy this plane. I'm gonna buy this whole airport because I'm a billionaire. Because I made women stop looking like biscuit tins, when they wear tight pants. I earned my billions. So you see this. You see these people acting weird in response to her, not really giving her, good, not really giving her good answers. But let me read to you what she says here. She says, here's a glimpse of the moment I joined Instagram a few years ago. I wasn't sure what to do, so naturally I asked random strangers at the airport to follow me. I'm so thankful you all are following me, blah, blah, blah. And she says, 2 things required to pursue your dreams: hustle and willingness to put yourself out there.